Hey guys, Primal Chaos here. How do you not like the new look? I turned the camera like 90 degrees. Yeah, I just figured it's probably better if you can see more of my face when I'm watching and reacting, so we give it a try. It came from a recommendation from a gentleman on a channel you should totally check out called Pretty Hate Machining. He makes kick-ass swords, and you need to see them. They're really good. So go check out his channel. Thanks for the tip, by the way. Okay, so it wouldn't be Monday if I wasn't doing another Spiritbox song. Look, to be honest with you, I'm really enjoying getting to know Spiritbox. And I've been taking my time. I don't want to spoil anything for myself that I might make a good reaction video to. So I haven't been diving into their material and just keeping it for these sort of review things. Having said that, it's probably one of the most hotly requested songs or like, bands that I've done. Every time I do one, people will throw up, you should do this song, this song, this song, this song, and this song. And I'm like, okay, but that's like literally all their material. And I'm here for it. I'll do it. What else am I going to do? So I'm nothing if not a man of the people. So we'll jump straight in. Spiritbox, blessed be. I'm sure a few of you have been waiting for this one. Oh. Already great. Interesting bass note.
I see my blessings all for you.
Another song one, okay.
From the inside, I open up to adore you, but everything was just a crutch to preserve a life. Serotonin like a loaded gun. I am a coward. You pull me out into
Gross.
a place where there's nothing that's left for me but insecurity.
I'm going to stop it right there because I want to go back and touch on a few things at the start. Man, I really love the vibe of this song. It kind of reminds me of where, like musically, it kind of reminds me a little bit of where Linkin Park was sort of heading with their newer albums. But probably these guys are sticking the landing a little bit more, but so far anyway. But I just love that, like, there's just only a few layers in there, but everything that's in there is exactly what needs to be there. There's a little bit of synth right there that sort of, I assume, carries through. The guitar work is pretty much all digital delay. So he'll only be playing about half the notes you're hearing, and the rest of it's like an echo. And you throw a reverb on that, and suddenly it sounds like this sort of ethereal kind of swarm of notes that's just really pleasant to listen to, and it just washes over you. And you can hear that. And there's a bit of a distortion on the bass there, which is really nice as well. Gives it like a bounce.
I see my blessings all for you.
Great melody over the chords too. It's really nice.
I open up to adore you, but everything was just a crutch to preserve a life.
I gotta say, as far as Courtney goes, as somebody, like, the way I understand her trajectory was that she was influenced by bands like I Wrestled a Bear Once. This is all information I'm getting secondhand from you guys, so correct me if I'm wrong. But she was influenced by bands like I Wrestled a Bear Once with a lot of screaming and stuff like that, and then she learned how to scream and eventually took over the vocalist role in that band, which is a whole other cool story. But from what I gather, there wasn't a lot of singing before that. It was all just basically, oh, I'm going to learn how to scream. And for somebody whose trajectory started that way, as far as I'm aware, she actually has a really great voice. And I don't mean that like, oh, she can sing. I mean, she sounds really good. And not only that, her phrasing is brilliant. Like, you can listen to the little inflections and little artistic flourishes she puts on the end of lines, and the way she'll just select certain different variations in a melody and things like that, is just she's clearly in touch with her voice. Sometimes when you're in the studio and you're recording a song, you're trying to think too much about singing it right and getting, pitch and, the energy right and stuff like that. And sometimes it's a bit easy to forget about those little artistic flourishes that are the things that people connect to, because it makes the song stand out from other songs. And I mean, it's really subtle. I hear it because, having recorded a lot of vocals and things like that, you just know there's certain takes where somebody just nails just the vibe rather than just the notes and everything like that. And you'll just be sitting there in the control room and just be going, oh, that's it. That's the one, And I feel like there's a lot of, oh, that's the ones in this. Nice. Yeah. Second verse. Just playing with those reverbs, and I noticed again there was a vocal there right at the end of a line. Yeah, that one there. Listen to how she truncates this line. What is it? Security. I've got the lyrics here, but I'm just trying to figure out where we're up to. But insecurity, right? There's nothing left for me but insecurity. She could have easily gone insecurity and embellished that line, but no, she cuts it off so you can have the full effect of all the music falling away and the reverb tails hanging. It's really a really generous thing for a singer. Hear that, right? Leaves plenty of space. I'm sort of getting, with this particular track, I'm getting a little bit of a Within Temptation vibe, which maybe there's a bit of influence there. I honestly don't know if the band sort of listens in that trajectory of like that sort of female-fronted symphonic kind of dramatic music, I wouldn't be surprised everybody was listening to that at some point, Nice. One of the key things when arranging a song, not necessarily writing a song, because writing a song really just entails putting some chords together with a rhythm and some lyrics and a melody over the top. But when it comes time to produce that song or put it together in such a way that it's going to sound great on a record, you got to make a lot of choices. And one of the things that is kind of almost a must, particularly with music like this, is you have to keep changing things up and adding layers, so that the first verse isn't just a carbon copy of the second verse. So sometimes what that means is is to stay your hand and not throw a heap of guitars and stuff into the first verse. Even though it sounds great, sometimes it's better to go back and remove a lot of that stuff so that the song has a chance to grow along its trajectory. And there's just little things here, like you'll hear... there's those high guitar notes, And again, see that but insecurity. Now she's used a different melodic choice there, so that again it doesn't sound just like the first verse. She gave us space in the first verse, and in this second verse, she chooses to embellish it a little bit more. And it's just again, that's just maturity. It's not wanting to throw everything you've got at the wall. Let's use judgment to give the song more character by not overplaying or over singing. And this band seems to be great at that. You can tell they've obviously been through a couple of bands and things like that, and they've recorded a lot of material over the time, and now they know exactly what to do and what not to do. For a second there, I thought she had sleeve tattoos, and then it zoomed in. I'm like, oh, okay. It's a little bit more dramatic than that. Wow, that's some stock imagery. So I'm just going to jump back. I want to get a handle on what those backings were doing. Where's it coming from? There's some little melodic backings in there. First I thought it was screamed, but it's got so much reverb on it and sitting so far back in the mix you can't really tell. It might have started as like a rah, like that sort of scream. It's real subtle. Unless you're wearing good headphones, you may not even hear it. Oh, so many. There it is. Oh my God. Man, Versa Films. Great video clip, man. All right, well, this is the part where I talk about Enchroma. You guys know I love Enchroma. Yeah, basically, I'm colorblind. 1 in 6 guys, 1 in 200 women, which is a lot of you guys are colorblind. And, you know, if you can just click in the link in my bio, it'll take you to Enchroma's website where you can do a colorblind test. Find out if you're colorblind, and if so, what kind of colorblindness you have. Spoilers, there's at least 3. And then, yeah, you can get some corrective glasses. If you use the code CHAOS in the checkout, you'll get 10% off. So tell them Primal Chaos sent you. All right, man, what a song. That's just the kind of thing I really like. It's just got so much beautiful like depth to it. There's so many layers, so much melody that's strong. Like there's no throwaway lines. Everything's just, you know, it's subtle. It's a kind of a subdued song, but there's an energy to it that flows through. And a lot of that is in part due to the choice of the texturing of the guitars. I feel like, I think a lot of it is that sort of like, you know, that delayed sort of thing that sort of gives it a pulse throughout the song. Because even though it's like a halftime sort of feel, it's, you know, you keep the tempo up with those sort of like those fast delayed notes. Excuse me. And so, yeah, this is right up my alley. And again, it sort of reminds me a little bit of bands I've listened to previously, like Within Temptation, in the heavier part, maybe a little bit more like Lacuna Coil, but with its own modern twist. You know, these guys definitely have their own feel and flavor and things like that. It's more just things that my ears are just latching onto. yeah, but honestly, this was a really good one. Like mostly what I said throughout the review is pretty much what I feel like. These guys are the masters of only putting in what's necessary, and and again, that's just a sign of maturity as songwriters and things like that. But it just this is definitely going on my playlist, like personal playlist. It just it ticked all the boxes for me, and it's one of those songs where if I want to show people a bit of Spiritbox, maybe people who aren't as into sort of extreme vocals and stuff like that, this is a really good stepping stone. But yeah, thank you so much for the suggestions for that, guys. I've had plenty of them, so you know I won't name check anyone because there's been so many messages saying, "Can you just do this song?" And thanks, it was great. I really enjoyed it. That's about all I got to say on it. Thanks again, guys. You guys have been amazing with all your comments and support. My channel's growing rapidly. I just hit 1,000 hours of view time, which it just doesn't even make sense to me, I think I'm about somewhere around 180 subscribers now, which is great. Keep that up. I guess about 3 days ago, I was stoked that I hit 100, and now I'm looking at 200, and that's just mind blowing. But yeah, the thing that really blows my mind is the 1,000 hours of watch time. That was like, I just like, who's sitting there watching my head for 1,000 hours? It doesn't make any sense. But I appreciate every one of you guys that sticks around, and keep subscribing, and I'll keep making the videos that you guys seem to like. So thank you so much, and I guess I'll catch you on the next one.